Greetings everyone, this is Lodrik and this is the Game War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is a play by email match against Jochen. Jochen is allied player, I am the Empire of Japan, scenario 1. Today we will check the 13th February 1942. Just at the start we see that two bases switch owner, one changed to Japanese control in Mongolia, or Inner Mongolia. And the Americans, they're taking a base in Mindanao back. But I evacuate already everything out of this base. So there's no loss for me. It's only temporary. Sooner or later it will be all under the protection of the rising sun. Here's the evil American submarine still bringing terror and miserably to my Japanese fisher boats and peaceful traders trying to trade with the Russians, more or less. And the Americans, they don't like this. Lucky, I think this is a Mark 14, so the 10% hit chance again. Jochen is very lucky with his torpedo system. I would say so far in this game, far too many torpedo hits with explosion, I would say, for Mark 14, Mark 13. But it is like it is. But you can see there was at least 4 enemy submarines in the waters. Now we are in shallow water. Here's maybe the opportunity to do something, but no. There was also a encounter of a task force without a battle. This also can happen, but why and how is very strange. Because I also saw already super small engagements like a light cargo ship against a light cargo ship. Then still a battle screen will plop up. But in this engagement, no, nothing happened. So there's some flotation damage. This is, I think, maybe from my carrier, my cruiser formation trying to escape now. Last turn I have had this successful, semi-successful attack on the Enterprise and the Honolulu. Honolulu is maybe dead, I would say. Enterprise is still unsure. Cleaning the mines here in Batavia. But more critical is, for some reason, Jochen had no Navy strikes last turns, but latest now he will know that there are cruisers somewhere. So he maybe will go now full hunting mode with his at least 2 ready carriers. I can imagine this. Here we can intercept one smaller cargo ship after a long time, source of Fiji. Okay, but looks nothing really special on board. But it's go down immediately. My Marv is always finding this picket ships everywhere. This light. You can see light cargo ship, maybe with a hit, and maybe hit again. Now is Jochen sweeping? in high altitude, 39,000 feet. This is maybe the maximum altitude the P-38 can fly. And the P-38 are really high altitude fighters. I think to use them in less than 31,000 feet is a little waste of their abilities. Why he sweep now here, I'm not so sure, but he tried. And my Navy bombers finding some ships in Crystal Island. The problem is I have here no Navy HQ so far, so I have only bombs. It's not easy to hit something with a bomb. Okay. I come from 7,000. It's possible to hit normally, but yeah, maybe another day. Now the daily airfield attack on Changsha, suppress the defense building here, burning supplies, and simply what else? Most of Jochen's units are static. Everything what is static in the base or in the rough terrain is hard to really or have low efficiency of airstrikes or ground strikes, so then maybe better making base strikes and try to burn supplies if I cannot hurt units. If it's open terrain, if it's moving, maybe it's better to make a ground strike. So yeah, typical bombardment, but nothing really surprising me. Here I intercept now some forces trying to coming between my my new movement here near Xi'an. I normally try to move east of Xi'an, around Xi'an, and Jochen bring here maybe some block forces in position. So in this case I say, okay, I make ground attack. Slows them down, also maybe disable them. But they are still in rough terrain, so it's not so easy to hurt them. And the daily bombardment of I'm still not able, sooner or later I must bring here in some air cover or flag. The Liberators are also here, and we had at least one hit on the Liberator, so with super much luck, we can maybe create out of 1 damage liberator 1 ops losses, but who believes this? We will see. And the good thing, good situation for me in Nukenville is still that his twin engines operating always in extended range, so they can only carry half bomb load, additional stress for pilot and airframe. This will simply burn them out. He can operate this kind of airplanes in lower altitude level, then you have a better hit chance. And but again, only I would normally not do this. This is for me always an emergency attack. I don't know if this is now an emergency attack. Pilots and airframe stress so much for this little gain. So his strategic bombers, of course, they can attack always, but that they hit something what is not really big is this is jungle. So you can call it a mini Vietnam War. You know how many American bombers they use in the Vietnam War, and they, I think, a less than 1% hit chance. If there's jungle, you see simply nothing. And Luganville is the base is already very broken, and there is no the big base. So, and the units are all covered. So nothing special happened. Jochen is a little active in Luganville, but now we have afternoon. So let's say this: I still missing where's Jochen's navy strikes? Where's the carriers? Why my cruisers are still alive? Strange. Yeah, bit weather. But my Nels trying to go back to Christmas Island. And this time we create a hit on AM. And the second. And I would say that if it, I don't know more, of course, if it's now a 250 or 60 kilogram bomb hit, but a 250 kilogram bomb hit, I think, is enough to finish this AMs off. And there's also something in Palmbang, okay. And they're dead in the water. What makes not really so much sense, because normally why they're dead in the water if there's Palmbang's unlimited fuel. I skip this here now a little, so we sink them both. Okay. If this is all what is left here in this area, again, only to slow down the Dutch forces here in Java. that my Japanese units can catch up. Yukong airstrike. Or airfields attack. And no flag. So it is true, Jochen's two ready aircraft carriers still don't show up. Something just sunk. Maybe the AMs. Likely the AMs go down. So my Mongolian army arrived in Urumqi, so the local capital of Inner Mongolia, and we can take this city in the first attempt and strike directly. Very easily, of course, a lot of disabled stuff, but nothing really gets destroyed. And for the Chinese forces, this was the last hope of hold the line. Now all the industry, I think, is more or less conquered in Inner Mongolia. And now we have this long bombardment again in Changsha. Good. So the typical bombardment, and it looks like that Jochen can increase his attack value, and Changsha still turn by turn a little. But we had this topic before. So long I can get rid of 90% of his reinforcements and rebuild ability, I can make sure that the forces in Changsha are not growing too quickly, too strong. Good. And this is already the only last big battle or bombardment of the day. So really nothing with a surprise. Nothing really, no. But we had enough surprise now in the last, let's say, couple of days. Jochen surprised me totally. I maybe surprised Jochen a little. Good. We arrive at February 14th, and now we have a moonlight of 0%, so now it's a pitch black night, so super hard, I think, to fight at night now. And the intelligence report will let us know that first air losses, nothing, so I would say no carrier go down, Enterprise is still alive. Sally, Lily, so this is my standard losses in China, more or less. Sometimes I use a Key 21, sometimes a Key 30 or whatever. This is light bombers losses. This is simply by consume them over time. Killing one Catalina, again, I think this is air to air, so this is a scout airplane run in one of my cap bases, cap fighters, and that killed him. So it's always good. Catalinas are, I would say, still the best asset to have early warning for allies, and early warning is for the allies, I think, all they need. They only must avoid a battle and they will win the war. Good, and ship sunk was only this very small stuff. With the best is this cargo ship, but also nothing special. I lost one of my patrol ships. Okay, cannot change. And then I think we heavily damaged, and this was sinking sound 2 AMs, maybe also 2 point ships, 2 of them. And this motor launchers, they're useless. I mean, I don't know if you really can do anything with them. Maybe you can use them for port defense, for maybe anti-submarine stuff, you can see. But this is really only port. I mean, there are port defense equipment and nothing more, not ocean going. And anything else here? No, I would not say so. So no real change. Very quickly. First, Inner Mongolia. So Urumqi is now under Japanese control. Unluckily, of course I expected this, there's no supplies here. The industry is, the 55% okay, 45% damage stuff. Nothing crazy good, but okay, this I must accept. This is small stuff to complain about this. If it's like a small base have some not so good dice roll, I would say this with Soabaya is really critical. Palmbang will be a game changer. If it's not successful, then there's simply, I would say, it breaks the neck of Japanese. Long run, or in the long run, it will simply break Japanese fuel production if it's not possible to capture the refineries and oil in Palmbang intact, at least with 60-70%. So here's no big change. Jochen move here the small unit inside. I will bomb it. At the same time, I still moving here forward with my forces. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Because now is no road more. Or there's some weird calculation sometimes with the road. Sometimes you can move fast in, even if there's no road, and then your units will completely slow down for some turns. Maybe there is an explanation why, but it looks like even if I am still on move mode, and I was normally last turn at 26, now I'm at 27, so I make only 1 mile, but this is normally impossible. 1 mile in one day, even if there's no road, but okay. I must cross the river, so maybe the game simulates this. In center, no change. I catch up here with Jochen his forces. Normally I want to drive this tank unit's source and maybe block here the railway, so that no supplies can go to Changsha, that he must use the main roads. And then I was also thinking if it's maybe possible to maybe outflank here and maybe go source, all in attention to maybe isolate this unit, but we will see. These units are a little too strong to attack them, especially in this terrain. If it's not open terrain, I won't hold back a little now here. I have I have broken units in Canton, and I have still a broken army I must fix here in the center. Maybe in the center I need 2 weeks more to fix it, and maybe the same time in the source. So maybe March I can be more active. No other big change. Moving my Thai forces. Still need, I think, move one more day and then change the combat mode. We arrive in Merji. Here is only some resources. Okay, I can take these resources, but I think I really can transfer them first back if I take also mole mine, and this will maybe need a little longer. So I try to bring here some submarines. I choose to block Cylon first, because I was really not sure where he's going. I also bring a submarine here. I have everywhere detection, so that I know that the Jochen have, let's say, scout planes here. And they are also here, and this is a very strong detection. So, and I'm not so sure. I think this is a little out of range for submarine detection from Colombo. So I still believe the carrier must be somewhere here, around my submarines. So I move now really everything to here and try to make one more blockade and to get one more hit with a torpedo to really create the final blow for Enterprise or something else. My cruisers arrive here now completely out of fuel. But I will no, not with this guys. There are normally some yeah, here. Here's a task force with the two broken units I will bring directly to Singapore. But the other task force I can maybe merge with this one and then call them back to Singapore, and then they can refuel each other. I have here no detection, so I don't really believe that the carriers are here. Or, I mean, Jochen don't try anything really risky here. I think his main purpose is now to save the Enterprise. This is why here so many good detection on my submarines, but not here. So must be really here. So if I don't really create here next turn a torpedo hit on the Enterprise, or the Enterprise go down next turn on herself, or something like this, and I think then I really believe that Jochen can bring all his ships to the Cylon and in a port, and once in a port my submarines are shut out and cannot really do anything more. So up to now it is only we create heavy damage on Enterprise and we sink Honolulu. That is scratch on the surface for Jochen at the end. The real damage is only if it's possible to sink the Enterprise. So far this is not achieved. This is a totally tactical defeat for me. Like midway. Good. Java, no really change. I arrive in this hex. I was also able to bring here in forces to block, but I'm not so sure if I was here first or Jochen was here first. No one can see this. Maybe the game don't allow this move first. Maybe it's simply if both move at the same time, then ownership is the same. But before, anyway, we will see this soon. Jochen is moving here still source. My bombardment slow down some units, but not all units, so maybe I can get rid of the 3 and then I will try to get rid of the other 3. Here also some Dutch forces. These are the 2 kicked out of this base, so I will block these 2 hexes so that they cannot link up with the rest of the Dutch defender here on the mountain, and then I get rid of this. And first, after all of the supplies are done, I storm the mountain. I have here still also my 15th army. And for the 15th army, it will be maybe the 15th army I have plans for this, but I will see. First, let's finish the Java operation. The Philippines operation is over. Now the next is the Java operation. So here's no big change. I start moving back. Some units already left Bataan, some are still in Bataan, some moving faster, some are a little slow. At the end I finish also the cleaning of Bataan minefield. Now it's Manila minefield to clean up. Here is no big change, no big change. Surabaya Surabaya port is completely fine. I build up the airfield to a 7 and then I will make the port to a 8. 8 will normally allow me to rearm everything immediately, instant. Even Yamatos, if you have enough navy support. This is also one of the reasons if you don't have a port of 8, it's very hard. I mean, it's still possible, but then you need a port of 7, a lot of navy support or ammunition tenders. Then you can also rearm, of course, Yamatos. But I would maybe still say Yamatos also burn a lot of fuel. I don't know if it's really so clever to operate Yamato battleships in the Pacific, if it's not much better to use them against India Ocean and west of Australia. The distance is shorter. Here is much more fuel, more easy to rearm. Only from a strategic, tactical, logistic point of view. Driving a battleship thousands of miles in nowhere in the east, in the Pacific, somewhere like here, or you must keep it very close to Rabaul. It's also possible, but battleships burning fuel like carriers, but a carrier has much more flexibility. So Tulagi is slowly building up. We are now at port 2. I make first what is cheap to build and then I will focus on what is important. So airfield 4 and port 4 I think is enough. Maybe I can here go port of 5, we'll see. But Tulagi cannot be really anything big. So it's the same like Luganville also cannot be anything big. 4-4 I would say is enough. This is also this base, this dot base can also be a this can be a air base of 7. The question is for what I need an air base of 7 here. But I would also say a 4-4 is enough. At least for Japanese, because you have only twin engine bombers, and if you only use carrier cruisers, something like this, it is always a base you can fix the system damage. For everything more seriously, you normally go back to a Bull or Truk. So you can see I sent here some mine layers in. They drop here some mines. 326 mines in total. Only to make sure that there's well, I was hoping normally to do this without a detection, but I have full detection, so Jochen knows that I come here in with mine layers. So the hopefully supply or the hope with a little maybe makes this undercover, but it was very unlikely to make this undercover, is blown off. So I have here now a big minefield, and these are my mine tenders coming to only make sure that the mines will not disappear. I have now the problem that I have maybe we will see how this play out, but I will bring in my mine tenders to the port, but I have of course no air cover. So Jochen can of course attack maybe the port again. I'm a little lacking behind to send my carriers out and to make cover. I maybe had to wait with this mine operation for 2 or 3 turns more, but maybe I was a little in a rush for this. I have still 3 carriers are not ready. One is a repair ship, the other one is an also nearly repair ship. So I fix this system damage next turn, and then I can change to repair ship, make the major engine damage, and then this is also done. So a little longer this needs. The one carrier is ready with the Congo and maybe some destroyers. I will load up with. I will prepare all of this fighter stuff. Then I will try maybe to lure some bombers out of Port Moresby. Only to maybe see if I can lure Jochen out with his Navy bomber stuff to simply only weaken his Navy strike force. But not so sure how active he is really here. But in the long run, I must bring my carriers to Luganville to provide some air cover for all of rebuild of Luganville and future operations. I think this is first enough. Thank you all. Take care. Bye bye.